So in just about 1 month time, Apple is going to release its iPhone 16 series, and soon after that the biggest online sales like Amazon Great Indian Festival and Flipkart BBD or Big Billion Days sales will start. And also in about the same time the iPhone 13 is going to turn 3 years old. And anybody who wants a good budget iPhone, currently it's the iPhone 13, and also it can be said that the pricing of this device might go down to about 40,000 rupees or even below that during the Flipkart BBD sales. So now the question is it really worth buying now? And if it's not, why so? So in today's video I'll be trying to make you easily understand the reasons to buy this particular phone in 2024 and also the reasons not to. And starting right up with the design, and here's the funny part, be it the iPhone 13 or 14 or 15, it all looks identical mostly. Be it the camera layout or overall the size of the phone, it's basically the same. And so if you put a case on either of these phones, most people wouldn't even realize what phone you're using. But yes, overall it has a premium design and an in-hand feel with those aluminum flat frames and glossy back protected by a Corning matte ceramic shield, which does have a disadvantage which I'll be talking about later, but overall the design and the build for most of the parts still rocks even till this date. And most importantly, this logo, it is just enough to make Indians go crazy, but yes, the iPhone still feels premium even to this date with basically all the required protection. And when you see the display, you will find a difference when compared to the latest iPhone 15 or upcoming iPhone 16 is that the little thicker bezels and a notch on the iPhone 13 as compared to thinner bezels and a dynamic island on the latest ones. But to be honest, it isn't like a huge difference, like you are basically getting the same type of display like 60Hz 6.1 inch OLED panel, but yes, with a brighter display on the latest ones. But quality wise the iPhone 13 still rocks. And also you will only notice the bezel difference if you put them side by side and start comparing. But overall not a bad display for the price. Again, it has some issues that I will be talking about later. Yes, after all these years the camera quality did dropped, but not so much so that you can't put this device on the best flagship camera smartphones 2024 list. It has a dual 12 megapixel sensors at the rear, one being the main sensor and the other being the ultra wide, and also a 12 megapixel front camera. You can still take really good photos and especially videos on this particular phone, mostly in well lit conditions though, as it does have some issues especially at night, but overall a really good camera package even in 2024. You can take those blur background videos or cinematic videos on this thing, and up to 4K 60 FPS recording across all the cameras. So be it making reels or vlogging, this phone has got you covered. And if you are a gamer, then you can still play games with ease on this particular device with a little issue that I'll be talking about later on. But yeah, for a 3-year-old device, this phone has still got it in terms of performance centric tasks. So be it gaming or video editing or simple day-to-day tasks, again this phone has got you covered. Well, mostly. And even though Apple never openly speaks about the number of updates an iPhone might be getting, but going through the past Apple track records, we can assume that this phone might still get updates for like another 3 years or maybe a little more. And the softer side of things for iPhones has never had any big issue apart from some minor stuffs. And also you might won't get any AI features on the iPhone 13 due to its older chipset, and even if you do, it might be some basic ones only. Also the resale values of iPhone is still one of the best in the market. So yeah, in case you want to sell this phone later on after a few months of uses, you can easily do that. Plus if it's in a good condition, you might get a really good deal on it. Now let's address those issues and the reasons not to buy this phone in 2024. And again, starting right up with the display, and yes, it still has a good display but with some problems. You see, be it the iPhone 13 or 16, it has the still outdated 60Hz panel, and if you have ever experienced a 120Hz refresh rate on any Android phone before, you will miss that. And no smooth animations is comparable or an excuse for not having a higher refresh rate display in 2024. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. And also the lower brightness might cause you some issues when using it under direct sunlight, especially during the Indian summers, as this one has only 800 nits of local brightness and up to 1200 nits of peak or outdoor brightness only. And so these reasons might be a purchasing decision for a lot of people. And this might surprise you, but after the latest iOS 17 or even iOS 18 updates, the battery life on the iPhone 13 has been degraded even if you buy a new one. It had a small 3240 mAh battery, but it used to give a really good battery life even with that small capacity. But now it has started to show its age. So if a good battery life is in your priority list, you might want to skip this one now. Even though in normal users I don't think so it would be a big problem, but for heavy users it might be, as a lot of people buys an iPhone for using the cameras or to game extensively. And a major reason for that is the heating. Yes, this phone can handle heat better than a lot of phones out there, but it's a compact phone, so it will heat much more quickly, especially in Indian summers. And due to that, the phone even might start lagging until it cools down, and so that results in average or poor battery life. And I don't think so it will be fixed that easily in any future updates. And also the slower charging would be a headache for a lot of people, along with a glossy glass back which can easily get scratched even in the front glass. So a good case and a screen guard will be the first things you need to buy if you purchase this phone. And who can forget these weird lens flaring issues in the iPhones, especially in the iPhone 13 during the low light shots or videos, which can be annoying at times. And also a couple of months back the iPhone 13 series did show some green line issues, which I guess is mostly fixed now, as it didn't find such reports that often nowadays, but it did happen. But even after all of this, you still want to purchase the iPhone 13, make sure to buy it under 40,000 rupees, be it new or a second hand one. Wait for the BBD sale to buy it new or get it under 40,000 rupees if you find a good condition second hand device. But don't pay like 45,000 or 50,000 for this one. It's not worth in 2024 anymore at such high prices. And yeah, so these were the reasons to buy the iPhone 13 and not to buy it in 2024, and I guess it helped you. And these videos might also be helpful for you, and make sure to subscribe for more such videos. And till the next one, this was Rideep. See you guys.